Hello, everybody. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of the Huevos con Weenies podcast. I'm your host, JTheCreator, and with me again today is the one and only PurpleSuns.
Hola, amigos.
Let me tell you something, man.
Tell me.
There is a goddamn fucking homeless issue by my apartments.
Whoa. So you see them walking around and stuff, asking for money?
Not walking around or asking for money, but the I'm like almost I'm 90% sure they're homeless people because I go out or like in the morning, right? I open up the curtains, let the light in,
Yeah.
and I'm seeing my apartment's garbage can, and there's literally trash everywhere.
Oh shit. Your
So
apartment's being pillaged.
it is. So what these fucking assholes are doing, they're they're waiting in the middle of the night, right? So like 2 a.m. They go through the garbage, opening up all the
Ew.
bags and shit, looking for cans. And they don't even bother to fucking clean up after themselves. They
Oh
just
yeah.
fucking. I'm telling you, dude. There's just like a shitload of trash everywhere,
Just
and like no way, it's fucking somebody in the apartment complex. I honestly believe that some fucking
oh
homeless
yeah.
guys just coming
They even
around
do that here.
digging through the fucking
I
garbage and
feel
shit.
really sketchy about that because not only could they fucking go through the trash, yeah, and they're messy too, and it kind of makes you feel like why am I feeling sorry for them? I know, although that sounds bad, right?
I
But
mean, I
it's
stopped.
just
I stopped feeling bad for fucking homeless people a long time ago. They
yeah.
don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of every man for himself out here, especially how crazy California's been. But yes, they. I feel sketchy about my. Oh shit!
I forgot
Hold
about
up,
that.
guys. I have a
One
fan
second.
here.
Yeah.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
All right.
How do you feel about the homeless?
No. The fan. Just turn off the whole thing. You got the light on this shit is. All right, we'll
Yeah,
splice that
they
together.
could steal your documents. Not only that, but even if they're not interested in your documents, now your trash bag's all open and it's out everywhere, and they possibly could have shit on the floor like papers with your name and shit.
Yeah, like that's why I make sure not to throw out my papers like that because they're fucking looking for shit that has your
Mm.
name on it.
I w
Aside from the cans.
We need like a little incinerator where you could just burn the trash. The ones that you buy from the fucking store, like at a department store, the little shredders, they're
Yeah,
not very good. They die like within a year.
yeah, I heard about that. Like it's very hard to find a good shredder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Especially if you're
plus
shredding all
they're
the
kind of
time.
like expensive too, man.
Yeah. Like the real ones are commercial grade, and those are the ones that you find in the offices and shit.
Yeah,
Or the real good offices, they actually don't even do that. They basically have like a secure
they have a
little
secure
slot,
box. Yeah,
yeah, where you could just dump it in,
and
and
then
there's a
some company,
company.
yeah, some company comes and fucking takes it for you.
Yep. I wonder if there was ever one of their employees, those guys that pick up the papers, if they've ever worked on the side by selling the papers to some sketchy people.
I don't know.
They probably
It
have to be.
sounds ridiculous, but I'm sure it has happened before.
Mm,
Maybe they weren't even caught. You know what I mean?
yeah, could be.
All
I
right.
mean, it'll take a lot of work to try to piece together hella strips of paper, but you could strike gold. You just have to be diligent with your time
Yeah,
because you could really piece them together.
that fucking reminds me. I need to find my social security card.
What?
I
You
don't.
lost it?
I have it, but I don't remember where I put it.
Hmm.
It's one of those
That's
things where
unsettling.
like you hide it and you're like, oh, this is a great hiding spot. But then you yourself forget the hiding spot, and then you're
Whoa.
like, ah, fuck. Yeah.
Well, what if one of the girls you've had in your apartment, what if they found it and then they took it?
I thought about that.
You actually thought about this?
Yeah, like I thought, what? Because when I did have a girl in my apartment,
Yep.
after she left, I would check the spot where I kept my social security card,
Oh shit.
and it was still there, luckily. But
Okay.
yeah, I shouldn't have left it, and
But
that's why I hid it because I had it out in the open. You know?
dang, you
Yeah.
must be hanging out with some real sketchy individuals if you immediately check after they leave.
I mean, I'm just sketchy of everybody. You
Mm,
never know, man.
okay.
Somebody could be fucking plotting against you.
Ooh, setting you up and stuff.
Well, no, just you know, I don't know. I'm just not so trustworthy of people.
I mean, there are girls that set people up. They'll call you and then they'll have you come to a spot, or they come to you and then they bring like 4, 5 shady characters to greet you.
I mean, that's why, like, during the time when I was looking at prostitutes, right? Um, there was one that I wanted to meet up with, but she only wanted to do car dates. And I wasn't comfortable with that.
Well, at least.
I mean, if that's her thing, that's her thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand.
It kind of feels sketchy.
Well,
yeah, you're right.
You know? I mean, where the fuck am I supposed to go? To some random ass park? Get caught by the police?
You could go to a parking lot.
No, man.
Kind of like private property.
Like, with shit like that, I've always, I don't know why, but it's just like, that's like some shit you do in like high school, man. Like, I'm a fucking adult. I'm gonna just go get a fucking room and do it there. You know?
But then again, you have a thing towards, public affection. This might be one of the
that could be it.
It's not public affection really, because you're inside a car and stuff, but it's still kind of close. It's borderline.
I wasn't comfortable with that. I mean, I have done it before, not with a prostitute, but with a very lovely lady. But when she told me to do it in a parking lot, I wasn't very comfortable with it.
Yep.
I didn't want to do it.
Man, the people that do it like in the movie theaters, that's something else. I wouldn't even be able to do.
I mean, movie theaters, that's like middle school shit, man.
Yeah.
But you go to the movies with your fucking girlfriend, then you finger bang her. It's what you do as a kid.
Yeah, I don't know. I think adults still do it.
When you're an adult.
You've never browsed Reddit? I mean, that's one of the things that you see.
What are the people called that take nudes in public? Exhibitionists?
Oh, exhibitionists?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's voyeur exhibitionists as well.
What's that?
It's like where you it's kind of like some people kind of coordinate this. So it's basically two people having sex and shit, and then there's someone else watching or videotaping from some public place. But they're also enjoying it while filming it.
Is it like kind of like being cucked?
I don't think so, because I think you could just be a stranger, but you're kind of set up to be the guy to be the watcher, So and you gotta enjoy it too.
I'm fucking forgetting everything.
I'm leaving portraits. This is supposed to be.
You're leaving clues to your personal life.
This is supposed to be private. But as you can see, this is actually.
You're not supposed to know what his wife looks like.
No.
Right? It's gonna be a mystery for a long
Well, at least
time.
it was kind of dark. It looks like a dark picture, so
yeah,
it's funny. And believe it or not, this is actually take 2, so it's kind of like we need to get an episode going. Although today's feeling better than yesterday for sure.
Definitely is. Probably because I downed a whole energy drink.
It could be. I'm working on my Pepsi here, and this has quite a bit of caffeine.
Well, you took Kratom, didn't you?
A while ago. Yeah, I still need to do that, but I haven't done that yet.
But yeah, as he was saying, this is take 2. We were supposed to record yesterday, but fuck, man, I don't know what it was, but we were only like 5 minutes in, and it was not working at all.
And you could kind of tell as soon as you start, because when you start, sometimes it's easy to just get going, but
I mean, it was easier the other times, multiple times.
Yep.
Where we were like, what are we gonna talk about? Shit, I don't know.
And it just happens.
Be a bad episode, and then
it ends up being like one of the better episodes.
Yeah, in our opinions.
But this time was different. Maybe because it was a Monday, but really, what does it have to do with anything? I don't know.
I mean, Monday sucks. To be honest, I didn't even want to come to
Yeah. But it's a Tuesday, thankfully. And Tuesdays are better than Mondays. And I'm sure tons of people could agree.
What are you talking about?
That Mondays suck.
Oh,
so
okay.
Good thing we're recording on Tuesday. Or no, today's Monday.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. What are you talking
about?
About? Today's Monday.
Well, you guys, it's going to be a terrible episode, so you might as well stop listening now. My days are all fucked up.
Yeah, dude.
Honestly, I thought today was Tuesday.
No,
I don't know why.
I recently missed somebody's birthday. Yeah.
You missed someone's birthday? Like they invited you and shit?
No.
And you didn't go?
No, just Last Thursday was somebody's birthday. I didn't say happy
Oh,
birthday to him. They talked to me that day.
did you forget or?
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh shit.
I mean, it's like, I just wake up and do shit. I don't look at the dates. That's why.
Does everything kind of blend together at that point?
Pretty much, man. When you're going to sleep at like 6 in the morning, it just seems like
Yeah.
Tuesday's a Monday and a Friday's a Thursday.
Exactly. And I know the feeling because I like staying up a lot too when I do have days off. Like I could easily just stay up till, 5 in the morning.
Yeah, dude.
And, when it's like a social, like if you were to come over, it's not unrealistic for us to still be up like at 6 in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, last Friday, while your wife was out of town, we stayed up till like 4 in the morning.
That's when we tried those awesome Bang energy. I keep saying energy drinks. They're not fucking energy. Yeah, there's these Bang seltzers, and they're actually delicious. I think we ran into them for the first time, or I think it must have been like the first week they were out. But I'm starting to see them everywhere. But yeah, they actually taste like the energy drink. So if you're a fan of the Bang energy drinks, and true to their image, you know how they're kind of known to be 0 carbs, 0 sugar.
Yeah.
It's like that with the seltzer. So if you look at the nutritional values, you'll see the same pretty much thing. Only it has calories, but that's about it. It has like 100 calories, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
But what was one of your favorite flavors?
For sure it had to be pina colada.
Oof.
I really like that one.
Oh, that reminds me. Once we drank the pina colada ones, we had a bright idea to just play that pina colada song.
Yeah.
And we looked it up and we were disappointed to see that it's not called the Pina Colada song. It was called something else. Forgot what the hell it was called, but I think in parentheses it says the Pina Colada song, but I don't think that's the name.
It's called Escape.
Escape. Not as catchy.
Should have just kept it the Pina Colada song.
But yep, we were playing that shit out loud while drinking the Pina Colada.
And for
seltzers.
For the people who know the song that we're talking about, I don't know if you guys know this, but until one day, like I actually listened to the song, and it's about a guy who tries to cheat on his wife, but ends up meeting up with his wife, who in turn tried to cheat on her husband. That's fucking crazy, man.
Yep, and the song sounds so happy.
Yeah.
And maybe they were, happy to see each other at the end.
They said, they laughed.
Yep.
At the fact that they were going to cheat on each other with each other.
So it's a very sad, happy song because you're sad one moment because shit is so fucked up that you have to do this. And then at the end, it's like, well, it's not that fucked up because I'm with my partner now.
I guess if you have to look for, like a happy moment, sure.
And that's why you have such a happy tone to that song. But yeah, that song became super popular during the Avengers? I think the Avengers soundtrack had it.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Not Avengers. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, you just sound stupid.
I'm not into Marvel, man.
So, let's see if we could move on to the next subject here. I wanted to bring this up. So, you know how, with, I'm sorry to keep bringing this up, but the whole, pandemic thing happening.
Oh, yeah.
With these mask mandates and specifically the QAnon people who are very against government, Big Brother watching us all the time, and yet they refuse to wear a mask. But this article came out. Look at this. Many Americans aren't aware they're being tracked with facial recognition while shopping. Now, I've talked about this topic many times on the podcast, specifically mentioning San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
Despite consumer opposition to facial recognition, the technology is currently being used in retail stores throughout the U.S., according to new research by Pipsley.
So many cameras.
So while San Francisco banned the police from using facial recognition back in 2019, and the EU called for a 5-year ban on the technology last year, several major retailers in the U.S., including Lowe's, Albertsons, and Macy's have been using it for both fraud and theft detection.
Oh, yeah.
So, still though, the technology is currently facing stiff opposition from advocacy groups for being too invasive, according to Pipsley. They built a list. We skip that. With cameras tracking the movements, behavior, and emotions of retail shoppers, it's too much personal information and data being given away to offer an improved customer experience and increase security.
How is it gonna fucking improve your customer experience, honestly?
So I found this article through a Reddit link, and somebody in the comments, now take this with a grain of salt, but they said that while they were working security for one of the bigger retail companies,
let's call it Walmart.
At minimum, they would the company spent $250K on cameras, and the resolution was so clear that they can read text messages on your phone from the camera. Damn. Like somebody, just some random fucking guy that they pay $10 an hour can, if you have, if you're just fucking around with your phone, they could look at what you're looking at.
Yeah.
So for you ladies or dudes that take nudes in public, watch out.
Don't bust out your nudes in public.
Yeah, don't bust out nudes
also,
in public.
I imagine they could probably see your PIN. Let's say it's one of those cameras that's facing downward when you're trying to pay at the cash register. A lot of people use, Apple Pay or Google Pay. Sometimes people have their PIN where they have to unlock their phone first and enter their PIN.
Ah, you're right.
You could clearly get a shot of the PIN while you're entering it in. Granted, they can't do anything with the PIN if they don't have your phone, but it's still one of the little things that you have to think about. It's not surprising that there is tons of money going into surveillance, and I wouldn't even necessarily say it's a bad thing. It's pretty helpful for things like this in terms of fraud and shit, but obviously there's a line as well. So you shouldn't be surprised, because everywhere you go, there's fucking cameras on the streets. You can't even get away with a simple murder these days.
I mean,
what a shame.
It's not like how it was back then. You would just murder somebody and they'd be like, who did it?
Yep.
Well, I guess we'll never find out.
Yep. Ooh, while we're on the topic of this whole surveillance thing, with the whole pandemic going on and people working from home, there's also more money going into monitoring the employees of said companies. I know, for instance, Amazon, Apple, and Uber, like their corporate employees, they actually have to, in some regions, so they're only doing this in regions where there's not as strong privacy laws. So right now it's going on in Colombia, much of South America, and then India. But they make you install cameras in your home. And also you have to sign a waiver that says that they're allowed to view videos if it has a kid in it. So basically, if your kid is in the shot or is in your office, then they're allowed to still see the video. So you have to sign a waiver for that. Also, you have to sign a waiver for biometric data. So they could also request, things like fingerprints, blood work, things like that, if they request it. Like if they want to request it, then they're allowed to.
Bro, that is
so you have to
oh my God.
But it's funny that they're doing it in these countries and not here.
Yeah.
And it kind of tells me that they would do it if they could.
Yeah.
Over here.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah. Here in the UK, I think we have a little bit of stronger privacy laws, although,
do you mean US?
Here in the US and the UK.
Okay. Because you said here in the UK, but we don't live in the UK.
Here and the UK.
Okay.
It probably sounded like here in the UK.
No, yeah, because that's exactly what you said. Here in the UK.
Well, here in the UK.
Here in the US and the UK. Continue.
Here in the UK and the US, we have stronger privacy laws. But yeah, with things like this, we're gonna see more of this, and in crazier fashions too. I think this is just the surface level stuff. I think there's a lot of things that is gonna come out that we didn't know about.
This is exactly why I'm pro mask. I mean, not for...
Oh, that's one of the benefits?
Not for, like, the fucking COVID, although you should wear a mask during these COVID times, but even after COVID, because of shit like this, man. Facial recognition, one of the most dangerous technology these motherfuckers could fucking invent, aside from AI.
Yep.
To learn more about consumer opinions, comfort levels when it comes to use facial, they did a survey. When it comes to whether or not respondents supported the use of official facial recognition by retailers, 42% said they didn't mind. Fucking stupids. 38% said they were against it to use in stores. Of those against its use, 22% said they believe facial recognition is an invasion of privacy, while 16% said they believed it to be inaccurate or discriminatory. What the fuck does that even mean?
Maybe the AI would start targeting people of with a different color.
Yeah.
Because it's AI, it has no real boundaries. I mean, if it starts noticing patterns, it's just gonna look for that. So there's a chance that it may discriminate, especially if the people who are viewing these surveillance programs are lazy with their job. Then it's scary. But also, we've talked about this many times. Like your phone, there's obviously lots of things, especially if you have an Android phone. And we talked about it last week, but Apple, they're going to start scanning your photos before you upload it to the cloud.
Did we talk about that last week?
I think we brushed up on it. I think you had brought it out, although I've heard about it at the time.
Okay.
We mentioned it slightly in the last episode, but yeah, so Apple's basically going to scan your photos for any...
The new iOS 15 is going to start scanning your
when
photos.
does that come out?
Pretty
iOS
soon.
15.
I mean, people already have the beta.
Yep.
Probably in September. Pretty soon, next month.
Yeah, so... And yeah, what we talked about, I remember us talking about it, is that... what's to say that your girlfriend's nudes will get flagged as something else, something a lot more malicious. Yeah. And then the person viewing it will see your girlfriend's nudes. So
because it all goes to a guy.
Yeah, or a team of people. Yeah. And you don't know, they could snap a photo if they wanted. They may not be able to save it from their computer.
Yeah, it's so easy.
But they'll still save it some other way if they really wanted it.
Respondents to Pipsley survey also said that stores using facial recognition should inform customers in advance. They definitely should. I agree with that they are being tracked. 69% said that. While a small percentage, 65%, said that stores using this technology should provide customers with a way to opt out. You can. It's called wearing a mask. And possibly sunglasses. Because apparently some cameras, they could... if the cameras are so high res that if another person can see your eyes, even though you have sunglasses on, then the camera can see your eyes too.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense for Amazon's cashierless Amazon Go convenience stores to use facial recognition. The same can be said for retailers when using the technology. Offers no immediate benefit to customers. Now, I remember this cashierless store that Amazon started doing.
I think in Seattle.
Yeah. So that shit, when it first initially came out, that shit freaked me out too, because you do like a sign in, and then essentially cameras just follow. I mean, there's cameras everywhere in the store, right?
Yeah. And sensors.
They follow and track you to see what you grabbed, and then they charge your account
as soon as you walk out.
That shit's fucking creepy, man.
I could see the convenience, but
at what cost?
I know, exactly.
At what cost? Your fucking face going to some company for data?
And then with this whole thing, there is a group of people that are against it. The people who often work retail jobs, they're worried about not having jobs, things like that, and they're, overall scared of the technology becoming mainstream in the retail industry with the big box stores, things like that.
I mean,
but
some jobs are just meant for robots, dude.
Look what happened to the shoe shine boy. Doesn't exist, and if it does, there's like only 2 people doing that job. Horse stable people. I don't know.
There's still
the milkman.
Okay.
The milkman.
The milkman. That one's gone.
Yeah,
but there are still horse stable people.
But I'm saying it's not prominent. Ever since cars starting to become a thing, it's become like a very niche thing.
It's like a rarity. Okay.
So
that makes sense.
I in that regard, I think people always adapt. So you may not be able to get the shoe shine job that you always wanted, but there'll be opportunities to to do
Sell
other
shoes?
things
Yeah, I don't know.
that are probably less laborious, less labor, things like that. And speaking of the whole surveillance thing, also, like I don't know if you ever been to like one of those Walmart self checkout things.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's people who actually, I don't know if they do it on purpose, but they don't scan an item, or
Yeah.
if they scan it, it didn't go through, but they still put their item as if they scanned it already. But apparently, Walmart has been keeping an eye on those kind of things, and they actually send you a bill for the item that you missed to scan. So, like, if you, let's say you missed the box of cereal, but you still ended up taking it,
Yeah.
as if you paid for it, they
I think
basically look up your credit card details, and then they
okay.
get the address from
Yeah.
your credit card issuer, and then they send you a bill for it.
Fuck. That's fucking crazy.
Yep. But all because they were surveilling you through the
they're
camera
watching you.
because they saw that you didn't scan it and you obviously took something.
Yeah. So there's always somebody watching you whenever you go somewhere.
Yep.
That's even more fucking
Fucking
like,
Walmart.
Like this whole privacy thing, right? Now, there's one thing, or it's one thing to want to be private from the government, right? I mean, the fact that they want to have their hands in everything is really stupid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't just do what you want, right? Like you can't just build a house out in the middle of nowhere.
It's not like the old days.
Expect to fucking get the same benefits as everybody else does, because the IRS, they want to know how much you make, where you're living, how exactly are you making money, right? But for these companies, these privately owned companies, to want all these different types of data from us, the consumers, that's the thing that I find the most issue with, because they want
profit from
information
it
that they don't need to know.
Yep.
I'll gladly let them know. I'll gladly let the IRS know how much I'm making, where I'm living, how I'm getting money. That's fine.
Yep.
But why does Amazon need to know what my face looks like? Why do they need to track all my book purchases? Now, granted, I am buying a lot of books from Amazon. That's how they give me recommendations for new books. But that's something that I should be able to opt out from, which I can by not buying anything from Amazon.
Yep. Or companies like Facebook and Google, they track you for.
Oh yeah, they want to track everything.
They sell your data basically. So not only that, but if you wanted to buy an ad through Google or Facebook, they have enough data that you could actually, if you're purchasing an ad space, you could actually target a certain demographic. And the only reason they know the demographics is because they're collecting all that data. So it's pretty easy for Facebook to show it to only, people between these age ranges, or only gamers or things like that. You're able to actually purchase that type of ad space. But basically, data is like the new gold. So it may seem free to you, but it's not free to a lot of these major corporations.
There's a cost to using Facebook. There's a cost to using Instagram, WhatsApp, because in case you guys didn't know, Facebook owns WhatsApp.
Yeah, as well as Instagram.
YouTube. I already mentioned Instagram. YouTube, any Google service, really, they're always tracking that.
Yeah, exactly.
The fuck, man. It makes our lives easier, but like you said, at what cost? Just so we can have a profile on us.
And even then, I'm still getting the Pixel 6.
I know. Damn.
Which I don't know if you guys have seen, but yeah, there's a new Pixel 6 coming out, obviously, like it does every year, but
I don't like that.
You don't like the design?
No. That's me. I'm more of a software guy.
Well, it is going to have kick-ass software, Android 12.
Yeah, definitely.
And it looks pretty damn slick.
I'd probably get the 5.
Yeah, the 5 is nice. Yeah. The 5 is pretty sleek and it fits well into your hand. I think there's only like one size of the 5. But the 6 is going to have like the Pro version, things like that. And I believe that's releasing in October. But still I'm still a Google guy, I guess, because at a certain point you need a freaking phone, and I'm not going to be buying like a flip phone or anything. So
yeah. I remember off topic, but I remember once my grandma told me this story about how one time she went to the supermarket, and a kid was throwing a fit and yelling at her mom. It was like a little girl.
Mm.
It was a Mexican kid, so she was like,
of course,
she was talking a bunch of shit in Spanish to the mom, and the mom was just standing there like trying to calm her down. And then my grandma, she like butted in and told the lady like, why are you letting your kid talk to you like that? You know, it's only gonna get worse as she grows up. And she's like, the lady was like, well, what am I supposed to do? And my grandma was like, well, take her into the fucking bathroom and, you know, beat the fuck out of her.
Spank her.
Yeah. And then my grandma said that when she said take her into the bathroom and hit her, the little girl just looked at her like what are you doing? Why are you telling my mom this? But the reason I brought that up is I wanted to get your opinion. Like, do you think it's right to hit a kid?
I think we spoke about this too, but
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it may not be a popular opinion these days, but maybe I'm just the real last Mexican in this regard. But I think parents should be able to spank their kids for sure. Okay. And I've never met a person who did get spanked who basically every person that got spanked as a kid thinks that it was good for them and they deserved it at the time, and it taught them a valuable lesson, and it kind of humbles you.
Okay.
It sounds bad, especially in this climate, especially in the time we're living in.
Yeah,
but
I remember when the debate was brought on Twitter. It was like some article saying that kids who were beaten as kids end up becoming more aggressive adults.
See, I don't like that language where they say beaten. That's a whole different thing. If you're getting beaten, I think there's a difference between getting beaten
and a spanking.
Because if you're getting beaten, you could, you could grab like a fucking, I don't know, what would you grab? A fucking spoon? I
mean, we're talking about like fucking, hangers.
Yeah. Extension cords. Some Mexicans actually do get that type of spanked.
My grandma once said that she got beat with a knife, not the
knife, a dull knife.
No, like the metal knives that you use for like, like steaks, like not the sharp knives, but the metal ones, right?
A metal knife that's not sharp.
Yeah, like a steel knife
that's not sharp. Or is it one of those knife sharpeners?
No, it has ridges.
I've never seen that.
It's not, oh my god.
Pull it up.
Oh my god, fine. I'll fucking pull it up. Talk.
I've never seen a knife that's not sharp.
You've never seen
I'm thinking you're thinking of the knife sharpener because it's long and it's metal as well and it has a handle.
Jesus Christ.
But you use it to...
Stupid.
That's a butter knife.
Bro, these aren't butter knives.
Those are butter knives.
You don't use this for fucking butter. You use this for like cutting sandwiches.
If you go to the Olive Garden.
If I go to butter. Oh
you could.
You want to see what a fucking butter knife looks like?
All right, let's put it side by side.
God damn. Look at this.
Looks exactly.
Look at this.
No, look at this.
Exactly the fucking same.
Look at that.
This is completely different. This is completely flat.
Look at this.
Oh my god. Well, obviously you could use this for fucking butter.
Yeah, you don't want to do the side by side, do you?
God, they're the fucking. My stupid trackpad isn't working.
I've seen lots of Mexicans with that type of knife, and they use it for butter. Then you should
know what I'm fucking talking about. They use it
I always thought it was a butter knife.
No. See, look at this. See how flat this is?
I've never seen that before.
Well, maybe because your family was poor and they couldn't afford butter knives.
Mexicans don't get those type of knives. Mexicans get these type of knives.
You know why?
For butter.
You know why? No, we get these knives because you could use them for everything. Why would you want a knife for only one thing?
You could use that for everything?
Yes.
Like what?
Scooping mayo out of the jar, scooping fucking I don't know, whipped cream out of the fucking tub. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just coming up with ideas. You can use it to cut butter. You can use this for everything. You can use this to eat steak.
You could use that to cut butter.
Yes, because it's a butter knife.
All right, so that shouldn't be an advantage.
But it's its own thing.
This could scoop whip as well.
But you don't use
probably even better.
You don't use it for scooping up whip.
That's who?
Or mayo. Because it's literally in the name, dude. Butter knife. Rich people use this shit for a singular use of butter.
Okay, so it's like saying with a football, Why do you call it a football if you're just gonna throw it?
Oh my God.
So the name has nothing to do with it.
That makes no fucking sense at all. Why are you bringing up football?
All you Mexicans out there, you look at the thing he calls a steak knife and tell me that your family
Plus,
never
you're
used
saying
that
football
for butter.
the American way. If you say football, it makes sense.
But we all
Yeah,
know
think about that, stupid.
we have U.S. listeners, okay?
Oh my God. This is a Mexican show. It's clear in the name. Huevos con Weenies.
It's a Mexican-American show, okay?
Well, and everybody understands that this is the knife that we all used when we were poor.
There should be a poll. We're gonna poll this.
I don't even. How are you gonna poll it?
Say, if you had to scoop butter or cut butter, which one would you use? People will point to that one.
This one.
Yeah, because they think it's a butter knife.
No, they'll just use this one because that's what we've all used when we were poor.
So we're making it a butter knife. It's the new butter knife.
It's versatile.
It is versatile.
You use it for
We both
everything.
could agree that this one's more versatile than that one.
Yes, obviously, because you use this just for butter. What part of that do you not understand?
I've never seen that in my life.
I have.
Where?
Fucking movies, dude.
Wow. European movies?
Bro, I fucking hate you. What was my point to this? You made me fucking
That
forget.
steak knives are so much better than butter knives. Well, they are.
Oh, no. I'm talking about fucking... So, my grandma, right? They would get a knife. One of these...
Just call it a butter knife.
This isn't a...
It's a Mexican butter knife. All right, your grandma was using a Mexican
Just
butter
shut up.
knife. A Mexican butter knife.
A regular knife.
That's not a regular knife.
For everything. She
That's-
got hit with this metal part down here.
Ah,
So they would grab it by that part. I don't know what you call that. And she would get hit with the handle of the knife they use for multiple things. Like steaks.
that's a weird thing to grab to
And
get
mayo.
hit with.
Well, I mean, it hurts. It's hard. You would get hit in the palm of your hand.
Oof,
Yeah.
man. Well, that might be categorized as being beaten. I gotta say.
I mean, yeah, she was beaten. You know, she's pretty honest about that stuff.
But yeah, you know,
She just doesn't mention it to anybody else, you know, because
yeah.
it was great grandma that beat her.
Oh yeah.
You know, that little old lady in our family.
Yep.
Who's nice to everybody, but
You
when she was young, she would beat her children.
yeah, and even
And I'm not gonna apologize for that fact.
because it's true.
Yeah, it's true. Fuck. Why are we pretending like in our family? Why are we pretending like it didn't happen?
Because you gotta sweep things under the rug.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
But yeah, even little abuelita, you know, she would grab like anything she found. She could never catch me, but
Yeah, I mean, her legs don't. work
everyone else, her legs were working pretty good at that time.
Oh.
That was like when I was 10 or
Oh, okay.
9, things
Yeah.
like
I
that.
thought you meant recently.
Her legs were pretty good.
Her legs were pretty good.
She could get around.
Yeah, yeah.
And she would catch all the other cousins, but except me.
Never you.
And I would be the asshole running around laughing. You know, if I ever
Yeah.
ran into a kid that was just like me when I was younger,
You
I
did?
would want to beat the shit out of him. So I'm
Yeah.
sorry, because I guess I might be the kid, because if I ran into a kid like me, then yeah, I did some crazy stuff. I even bought like one of those toy guns from the ice cream man.
Yeah.
And then the very next day, I would use that same handgun looking toy and point it right at him as he was driving my direction. And then he would basically duck and try to drive past me. And, you know, knowing me, I took out that orange part that makes it seem like a toy. So it looked like I was really
That's
gonna
fucking-
cap his ass.
That's fucking terrible, man. Holy shit.
But yeah, he was driving. I still remember his face, and he was going like this.
Poor immigrant, bro.
Maybe I should, maybe I should apologize to
It's
him.
not like you're ever gonna find him, so
Well, I guess once in Stockton, always in
Just-
Stockton. I might be able to find him.
just take the L, man.
I don't know. Is that an L? Or did he
Yes,
get the
dude.
L? He got bullied by a little kid.
No, man. That guy's just trying to earn a living. You're over here being an asshole. You would take the L, and you should, because if you were proud of that, that would be a completely different story. I would have to stop being friends with you.
I'm proud of it. I'm very proud of it. Because it made me who I am. Damn it. No regrets.
Fucked.
Yeah, but yeah, sorry, Ice Cream Man. I'm sorry for pointing a toy gun at you.
If you're listening to this, Ice Cream Man, we're sorry.
So probably not. Probably not.
Have you seen this video? Look at this. So this is the
Oh, it's the marching band.
no, man. This is the plane that was leaving Afghanistan.
That is crazy. Hey, that looks like the Warzone plane.
These are the obviously these people want to go too, but they can't.
That's probably not a fucking good idea.
Yeah, no.
You see those guys trying to cling onto the edge? I mean, they're desperate for sure, but
I mean, yeah, it's
if
terrorists.
if that fucking plane takes off, oh, don't tell me.
Holy shit.
Don't tell me.
Holy fuck. Is this the same plane?
They fucking hung on, dude.
Dude. Two people fell off.
That's not a good route to go. I don't know what they were expecting there. But that's just, I guess that goes to show the desperation.
I wonder if this is real.
Ooh, you're right.
Oh, fuck, it is. Here's a video.
Oh, fuck.
Can you see anybody fall?
Oh, my God. Oh,
Jesus.
That is crazy.
Ooh.
So for all the audio listeners, yeah, this whole situation.
Hella stupid. I should explain the audio.
And then we'll explain the fucking clip we just seen, because that is fucking.
So,
I'm gonna remember that.
For the audio listeners, we just saw a video of the Air Force leaving Afghanistan.
Oof.
And there's like hundreds of people running alongside the plane, trying to catch a ride, obviously, because of the terrorist situation that's happening over there.
Keep in mind, the plane is sealed up. There's no door open. There's nothing open. It's sealed.
Taken off, and there are people hanging off of the side of the plane, trying desperately to just escape. And we just saw a video of the plane taking off, and what looks like two bodies that fell off.
Yeah, there were still some people hanging on, and maybe they thought they could hang on until they got there.
Maybe. I mean,
but then you run out of oxygen up there.
You do. I mean, you risk it for sure. I remember there was a news article about a
kid,
about a
right?
Little boy. Yeah, a little boy. He like hung on to one of the wheels. And it was like on a regular plane. You know, like a traveling plane.
Traveling plane, yeah.
And when I don't know if he ended up dying or passed out
or damn near it.
Yeah.
But I remember it. The kid barely was alive when they found him.
Yeah.
But
the brain without any oxygen, it basically just dies.
Yeah, you pass out and die, and then you know, if you're hanging onto a plane, there you go. You're gonna have a rude departure. It's that guy? The guy with the red circle? Oh, okay.
Somebody just made a note saying that, why is this guy checking his phone?
I mean, sometimes you gotta check your Twitter feed.
This is like the one thing that I find like so fucked about this is that, you know, these people, they're escaping, right? But they legitimately just have the clothes on their back.
Yeah, they're not taking anything with them.
You can't, you know? None of your, I don't know.
But that just shows me how desperate they are.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way. I mean, this is understandable. But they're just desperate to live somewhere better. Yeah. And that's the fucking plane, the inside of the plane.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So for the audio listeners, I'm showing a photo of what it looks like inside the plane, and there's literally
packed.
Yeah, it's just
over 1,000 for sure.
Packed shoulder to shoulder. Yeah, I remember seeing the number thing on this, and these planes can fill up to 1,000 people.
Ah,
and
so shit.
Probably, yeah. Fuck.
And that's probably not like a safe capacity right there.
Of course
so it's
not,
probably maybe even over that limit.
They're shoulder to shoulder, fucking like trying their best to stay safe amidst the COVID situation.
Oh, oh my God. It looks like he's the only one in there with the mask.
Let's see. There's I see 1, 2.
Oh, people. Oh yeah. Okay. There's several, but at that point, I mean, you have other things to worry about.
Anyways,
but this is fresh off the press right here. I mean,
just the clothes on their back, just leaving everything behind.
Now those people are lucky, very lucky.
I feel for them, man. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the same situation with us Mexicans crossing the border.
Yep.
You know, it's not like we could bring.
Can't bring shit.
Yeah, just clothes on your back and $20 in your pocket, like my grandpa says.
Yeah. Now you'll have to cost for inflation, so
I never
now it's like
bothered to ask
$80
him.
in your pocket.
Yeah, I never bothered to ask him, but I always wondered, like, how'd you get $20? Is there
Oh,
somewhere
American dollars, huh?
Yeah, that's what he told me. It was like, well, how do you, was there like a place that you exchanged for U.S. currency before you came over here? Or like, what's the deal?
Wow.
I don't know, man. Maybe he just lied.
But yeah, the difference, I mean, it's definitely bad in Mexico as well. And the US basically hesitates to step in, as they call, like, boots on the ground, things like that. And they're kind of have like a watch and see approach the US has. There's many factors to this, which I don't want to get into here, but there's still tons of people trying to cross the border, and not even necessarily in Mexico either, that you have, Honduras, things like that, and all those poor countries.
I remember I think it was like a couple years ago where that whole, what did they call it? It was like a march.
Oh, the caravans.
Yeah,
The caravans.
It was filled with people from like Honduras, El Salvador,
everywhere.
Now, I'm gonna be honest.
It's controversial.
It definitely is, because I did not like the fact that they were trying to basically force themselves into U.S.
Yep.
But also, I thought it was rude as fuck that, along the way, right, marching over here, Mexicans offered them food and they didn't want to eat our food. They said it was for pigs.
Oh my
or some shit like that. Fucking, I don't want to say it. Fucking Salvadorians.
Here we go again. First the Spaniards, and now I can't even say. Forget what he. Never mind. Maybe they are assholes.
I mean, dude, we're Latin Americans.
Okay,
right?
We're Latin.
I mean,
we're Latinx.
All right, no, we're Latin, and I don't want anybody to think that it's not okay for us to hate on each other, because we fucking do, bro.
Yeah, we do.
Peruvians hate on a lot of people. Mexicans hate on a lot of people. Other Latin people.
There's racism between your own race. I mean, or
it happens with everybody.
Yeah.
Ask an Asian who he hates. Guaranteed, he's gonna say he hates another Asian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's hierarchies and there's ranks, things like that. Or there's colorism, where if you're browner or darker than the other, then you get treated like some.
You get treated like shit.
Yeah.
All because I have light skin. Well, fuck you. Just because you're browner than me, asshole.
Yeah, and then in some parts it's the opposite, so it depends. And then it's all different between the different races.
Yeah.
Isn't that some fucked up shit?
So don't you go fucking looking at me like I'm like I'm some sort of racist, because I'm not.
Yeah, you're pretty pale, man.
Thank you. Bitch.
We should just embrace each other. At the end of the day, it's just
I don't want to.
We're pointing out things that are definitely a real thing between our culture. Sure. And we should expose that, and then we should laugh about it. And I don't know if you could get through that, because at some point it may just be some instinctual tribal shit that we were born with genetically.
Salvadorians are pussies because they don't drink tequila.
Ooh. Yeah, you Salvadorians, you pussies, make your own tequila.
I remember, I don't know if I told this story on the podcast, but I remember once when I was fixing phones out of a van in Oakland, I stopped by a Mexican party.
What?
And yeah. So, I'm trying to get the guy's information to to fix his phone. And then one of his primos or something comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man, you want a shot?"
No way.
I'm like, yeah, I know. And I was like, "No, man, I'm good, because I can't. I'm driving. I can't just fucking drink." And he's like, "Come on, like, this is really good tequila. Like, what are you? Are you Salvadorian?" Because of my fucking pale skin, man.
Oh damn.
Yeah, fucking dick. And then I had to take the L, dude. I'm not, because I can't fucking drink.
That would be your ass if you were
he
caught.
Just kept calling me Salvadorian until I fucking fixed the phone and left.
So that's why you dislike Salvadorians.
No, that's not why I disliked them. I just hated the fact that I was being compared to them. Just because I wouldn't take a shot of tequila.
The twist is that the actual party was hosted by Salvadorians. And they were trying to compliment you, man.
No fucking way they were.
But yeah, Salvadorians, They look like Mexicans, but a little different.
Anyways, yeah, I heard
they're a little. I don't even want to say because. I mean, I think one of my cousins is actually half Salvadorian, but I haven't seen that fool in a while.
I dated a Salvadorian.
How are they?
I didn't like her family, but I have not necessarily like a twisted view of Salvadorians, but this was while I was in San Diego, right? Because I went to go live with her. But the whole Salvadorian community over there, they're very cold people. Like, I don't know if it's just her family, but they were just
not very inviting.
No, yeah, like not very inviting, and because with us, right, when we get together with our family, our Mexican family, it's like all love,
Yeah.
But with them, it's like they all hate each other, and apparently it's like that with other Salvadorian families too, because they all know each other. Damn. I don't know, man. I never liked to go.
So they're just like Russians.
Functions. Maybe, yeah. Just the very cold people.
I remember this one spot in the Bay Area. It's funny because I thought it was like a taco spot or like a Mexican restaurant, and it looked like it from the outside. Even I opened the menu, and there's things that resemble Mexican food. Like there's things that look like tacos and things.
Yeah.
But then they had some other things that I haven't even seen before. Anyways, I ordered the thing that looked like tacos, and for 8 tacos, and this was the Bay Area, so it's gonna be expensive, but it was like fucking $50 plus my drink.
God damn.
I ended up paying like almost $70, and I would never pay that much in a Mexican spot. So you Salvadorians, you owe me because the food wasn't that great.
It's because it takes a long time to prepare. It's not a quick.
Maybe that's what it was.
Like tacos are,
I was eating aged beef or something.
If any Salvadorians are listening to this, I love your pupusas.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
No,
because every time you say if any of so and so group is listening to this, then fuck you.
No.
Okay, you didn't say that time.
I mean, I've already been hating on them. I just want to. That was my way of apologizing.
All right. Well. At least I tried the food. I want to say that.
Once, my ex-girlfriend, the Salvadorian, her family was they were having a party or something, and I get home from work, and they asked me like, "Oh, you want a quesadilla?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck yeah!" Like, yeah, I'll have a quesadilla.
Who could say no?
And they gave me this bread, and I was like, "What's this?"
It's the pupusas?
No. She's like, it's a quesadilla. I was like, oh, okay. Like I was expecting a Mexican quesadilla, but apparently in El Salvador they have this dish where it's it basically looks like a little cake, but it's like bread and it has like cheese in it.
Oh.
And I was like disappointed because I wanted a regular ass quesadilla.
Yeah.
But I tried it and it was really fucking good. I had another one.
Shit.
Yeah, I fucking loved it.
I was seeing, I think they're starting to make their way into Mexico because I did see some things that they called gorditas over there. It's basically like a bread, and inside of it was cheese or cream cheese, or they even put Nutella in it. But it wasn't, it doesn't look like anything like, it doesn't look Mexican. But yet they were starting to show up there because last time I went to Mexico, I haven't seen that before. But
I was gonna say, man, like gorditas they're a Mexican dish.
Well, yeah, gorditas, but this is another thing. This is like a treat that you take with you. It's not like a food.
Okay.
Like it could be cold and hot, so it's not necessarily something that you eat on a plate. You basically just have it in your hand, or...
Are you sure that's just not one of those fusion type things?
Oh, no.
Maybe they're trying out?
No, I know for sure. There was a lot of stands, like near the border, just selling them, kind of like they would churros.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it wasn't like at an actual restaurant or anything. Gotcha. It's just vendors, things like that. But I guess it's, there's nothing wrong with... crossing foods and seeing what you could come up with. Because I bet you the Nutella thing wasn't really traditional, but
I mean, if
I
they're
imagine
using
it's
Nutella,
tasty.
fuck no, it's not tradition. You know, but it makes sense. I mean, after the Salvadorians and the Hondurans
Mm-hmm.
got stopped at the border because you can't just go into the
Oh
U.S. like they were
shit!
told.
So this might be the one of the after effects of them being there. It's like you're starting to see their desserts and things like that.
I mean, yeah, because where else are they gonna go? You can't go back to their
Yeah.
country. I mean, same thing will happen with
There's the Haitians. They're still
yeah,
there.
there you go, the Haitians.
But apparently
Yeah.
they were confident that they would be able to cross over into the US, but
Yeah, I
nope.
forgot what it was, but they essentially had misinformation.
Yeah.
You know, because
They thought it was a free pass.
Yeah, people were going around saying that, oh no, if you go to the border of the U.S., they'll just take you in.
Yep.
Enough people believed it, and
There they are.
Yeah.
Shit. I know we discussed it before, but I think, we're going to start seeing some darker people in border towns, especially.
Probably.
This might take decades.
I mean, we did an episode about it before, but the Haitians already have like their own little neighborhood in Mexico.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I mean, it's kind of exciting because it kind of spices up the culture a little bit. And with that comes...
I mean, diversity is nice.
Diversity, yeah. Because in the U.S., we're kind of unique in a way that we're comprised of many different races.
Of course, yeah.
And with that, we're American. You could be any race and still be American. But in Mexico, usually when you picture a Mexican, you're going to have one thing in mind. It's just, your typical, stereotypical mustache, cowboy hat, things like that.
Maybe not cowboy hat. But yeah,
not anymore.
Yeah,
it's getting a little more modern.
Racist.
But yeah, maybe one day it'll become just like the US, where it's just many different types of people. There's already Asians.
Some, yeah.
They own like a shit ton of Chinese food restaurants.
Obviously.
Yeah. And they can speak Spanish, man. I mean, they're killing it. They're making money. I don't know if I would eat at these spots, but hey, they're there if you want Chinese food in Mexico.
Don't get the Chinese food in Mexico.
There have been raids in TJ. I think they did raids like 3 years ago, but there was 3 restaurants that got caught selling dog. And apparently, no, they actually had them in the fridge and shit in some of these. And
yeah, they would kill the dogs for the meat.
Oh yeah,
they would sell it to the people.
Apparently, these owners that have these restaurants, they said they were never gonna sell it to their customers. That it was for their personal dishes.
Dude, that's fucking lie.
That's what they said to the police.
Ain't no fucking way that's true. That's a fucking lie.
You don't believe that?
Fuck no, I don't believe that.
They're probably just thinking, oh, cheap meat. I don't even have to, they'll just kill a dog that's running through the alley.
That's fucked up, man. Like, if you're going to go to another country, like, don't bring your fucking stupid ass traditions over like that.
Yeah, they're ruthless when it comes to animals. Murdering animals that we see as our pets here in the U.S.
I mean, even in Mexico, they're not exactly pets because, there's just street dogs, but there's I would say like there's a societal rule that you don't go around killing street dogs.
Oh yeah, that is definitely a rule.
Not like the fucking those Chinese assholes who went to Mexico did.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you want to do that in your own country, that's fine.
Just because you see dogs outside in Mexico does not mean that they don't have owners and they don't have people that take care of them.
That's true. Yeah.
Outside dogs over there are like outside cats for Americans. We just leave our dogs outside over there.
Sure, yeah.
And a lot of the times the dogs will just roam around the yard. He may look like he's a street dog, but usually they belong to someone.
Isn't it interesting how like different the dogs are in Mexico compared to over here in the US?
Yeah, they
like,
chase the shit out of you. If you're riding a bike or a motorcycle or even a car, it looks like they're going to attack your car. And sometimes it seems that you're going to run them over too because they get hella close. And there's packs of dogs.
Yeah, over there, the dogs, they're not on leashes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody puts their dog on a leash in Mexico. But over here...
I've seen some.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Next to where my parents live, there's a guy who owns, like, 6 pit bulls, and they each have their own dog house.
Oh, okay.
And they're leashed up like with a short ash leash.
Oh, but that's in like their yard. I mean, like leashed up walking around. Do you see any of those?
No.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Oh yeah, you never see that.
Yeah, but
But yeah, it's not too common to see that.
yeah.
Nor is it too common to see cats. I mean, you see cats sometimes, but yeah, there's tons of dogs that the cat population is
It's definitely low.
Definitely low. Yeah. And also stop the rhetoric that Mexicans would eat dogs. People that never been to Mexico or don't know much about.
Who says that?
Basically
White people.
Yeah, and some Mexicans too that never been or hardly ever been to Mexico.
Right.
They don't eat the street food, like the tacos and all that you find on the street food vendors.
Yeah.
Because they think they serve cats and dogs.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
man.
and I've heard this rhetoric a ton, but I gotta say right now we don't do that. I imagine there's isolated cases where it's happened, such as like the Chinese food restaurants,
Yeah.
where it happens in Mexico. But if you look into it, it's not our culture. It's not normal for our culture to eat cats and dogs.
Of course not. Yeah. What are we, fucking sickos? Fuck. People chop heads and shit over there. We don't eat dogs. We have different values.
Different culture. Although
it's like, yeah, I'll fucking chop a guy's heads off.
See, that's
I won't
the thing.
Eat a dog.
That's the thing is I don't as far as that goes, I know that the Mexican people don't eat dogs and all that, but I also have the belief that, if your culture, if it's common to eat dogs and cats, then I believe you should be able to, just like we eat chickens and cows here, where it's not normal for some places. Like,
you should do it in your own country.
Yeah, do it in your own country. Yeah,
if you want to eat dogs, go back to China.
Yeah, where they allow it. Exactly. So stay within your laws.
Yeah.
Basically.
Exactly.
Be an up-class citizen.
There you go.
We always end up with a fucked up note, like on a fucked up.
Pretty much, dude.
But it's one that you guys should take seriously, because no one wants to eat cats and dogs.
Of course not. Or at least
not here,
not
in North America.
Or America. But I mean, we're just talking about how ridiculous some other cultures are.
Yeah.
I mean, if they eat dogs, man.
Yep.
That's their thing. Do that in your own country.
I mean, look at the people that believe in like the sacred cows. They look at us like monsters.
Oh yeah, in India they don't eat cows.
Yep.
That's fine.
Sacred.
If you guys don't want to eat cows, that's fine. But you know what? We're in America, bitch. We eat cows here.
We do eat cows.
Yeah.
And we eat lengua tacos, which is good.
You do, yeah.
I do. You don't?
No.
Have you tried it at least? It's been a while if you have.
It's been a while. Maybe. I'll try them again.
All right. I wholeheartedly recommend it.
All right.
I mean, it has like a softer texture. Yeah. It's not chewy like you would taste like in carne asada, but it's freaking delicious.
Okay. I'll take your word for
And
it.
I've met some Mexicans who also don't like menudo.
Do you like nopales?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love nopales.
Hell yeah. And
my brother doesn't like nopales.
What?
Yeah, I know. How could you not like it? It's so good.
Also, nopales and eggs, like for breakfast. I've had that.
God, it's the fucking best.
It just has like a very different taste. Like you're fucking eating at a ranch and stuff. You woke up hella early. You're like a rancher. That's what they eat.
Ranchero. Yeah.
Ranchero. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Mexican food is delicious, man.
It definitely is. Wow. All right. That's the end of this week's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you later. Follow us on IG and Twitter at Weenies. That's CONWEENIES. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you later.